Hey everyone, and welcome. So, did you know that even native English speakers sometimes struggle to express themselves fluently? It's true. Sometimes our brains just get stuck, and the words don't come out the way we want them to. It happens to the best of us. But the good news is, fluency is a skill, not a talent, which means anyone can improve it with the right practice. And that's exactly what we're focusing on in this video. Today, we're going to dive into some super practical techniques to unlock your English fluency and help you speak more confidently and naturally in everyday conversations. We'll be exploring how to overcome those pesky pauses, reduce those and ahs, and just let your English flow. By the end of this video, you'll have a handful of actionable strategies you can start using immediately to boost your speaking skills. You'll learn how to structure your thoughts more effectively, how to use linking words to connect your ideas smoothly, and how to access the vocabulary you already know more quickly. Think of it like giving your English conversation a turbo boost. But that's not all. For those of you who stick around until the very end, I'll be sharing a bonus tip. My personal secret weapon for maintaining fluency even when I'm feeling nervous or under pressure. It's a game changer, trust me. So, are you ready to unlock your English fluency and start speaking with more confidence? Then let's get started. The caustic soda sat on the kitchen counter, an ominous white crystal, mocking my naive enthusiasm. Sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, a stark contrast to the impending chemical reaction I was about to unleash. Today was the day I, Amelia, a self-proclaimed crafter extraordinaire, was going to conquer the art of soap making. My best friend, Chloe, a pragmatist disguised as a free spirit, sat at the kitchen table, flipping through a well-worn copy of the Everything Soap-Making book, her brow furrowed in concentration. My younger brother, Leo, a whirlwind of restless energy, zipped in and out, occasionally pausing to offer unsolicited, and mostly unhelpful, advice. "Are you sure about this, Amelia?" Chloe asked, her voice tinged with a healthy dose of skepticism. "This isn't like knitting a scarf. This involves chemicals." "Relax," I said, attempting a nonchalant air I didn't quite feel. "I've read the instructions, like, a million times. It's all about precision and safety." Truthfully, the complex chemical equations and safety warnings in the book had intimidated me at first. But the allure of creating something beautiful and useful, something infused with lavender and rosemary from my own garden, had proven too strong to resist. Leo, momentarily distracted from his frantic search for a lost Lego, chimed in. "What if it explodes?" "It won't explode, Leo," I said patiently. "Just stay away from the lye, okay?" "Lye?" he repeated, his eyes wide. "That sounds like something that melts faces." Chloe snorted with laughter. "Dramatic much, Leo?" The initial stages were deceptively simple. Measuring olive oil, coconut oil, and shea butter. Melting them gently in a double boiler, the kitchen filling with a warm, comforting aroma. The process was almost meditative, stirring the oils, watching them transform into a smooth, golden liquid. It was the lye that made me nervous, the crucial ingredient that transformed oils into soap, the very ingredient that could cause serious burns if mishandled. Okay, I said, taking a deep breath. This is the tricky part. I carefully donned rubber gloves and safety goggles, feeling a little like a mad scientist. Following the instructions meticulously, I slowly poured the lye into a measured amount of ice water, watching the mixture heat up rapidly, releasing a plume of vapor. "Whoa," Leo whispered, peering cautiously from behind Chloe. "Don't breathe that in," Chloe warned, waving her hand in front of her face. The next step was combining the lye solution with the oils, a process that required constant stirring and monitoring of temperature. My arm began to ache, but I persevered, determined to see this through. The mixture slowly began to thicken, transforming from a thin liquid to a creamy, pudding-like consistency. "It's happening," I exclaimed, a thrill running through me. "It looks like custard," Leo observed. "Don't even think about it," Chloe said, giving him a stern look. As the mixture reached trace, the magical moment when a trail of the soap batter briefly remains on the surface before sinking back in, I added my carefully chosen essential oils, lavender and rosemary. The fragrance filled the kitchen, a soothing blend of floral and herbaceous notes. Pouring the soap into the mold was the final step. I carefully smoothed the surface, covered it with a towel, and then waited. The waiting was the hardest part. 24 hours of anticipation, wondering if my efforts had been successful, if I had actually created soap, or a lumpy, unusable mess. The next day, I nervously unwrapped the mold. Inside, a beautiful block of creamy white soap sat waiting. It was firm, smooth, and fragrant. I had done it. Success! I cried, holding up the soap like a trophy. Chloe smiled. "I'll admit, I was skeptical. But it actually looks good." Even Leo seemed impressed. "Can I wash my hands with it?" "Not yet," I said, cutting the loaf into bars. "It needs to cure for a few weeks." Speaking practice. Practice speaking this sentence aloud. The process was almost meditative, stirring the oils, watching them transform into a smooth, golden liquid. Pay attention to your pronunciation and intonation. Vocabulary explanation. 1. Caustic. Able to burn or corrode organic tissue by chemical action. Example. "Be careful with that drain cleaner. It's caustic." 2. Trace. The point in soap making when the mixture has thickened enough to leave a brief trail or trace on the surface when stirred. Example. Once the soap batter reached trace, I added the essential oils. Later that evening, reflecting on the day, I realized that soap making was more than just a craft. It was a lesson in patience, precision, and the transformative power of chemistry. It was a reminder that even seemingly daunting tasks can be conquered with careful planning and a healthy dose of perseverance. And it was, perhaps, a small metaphor for life itself. taking raw materials and transforming them into something beautiful and useful, something that cleanses and refreshes. I looked forward to the day, a few weeks hence, when I could finally lather up with my own handmade lavender rosemary soap, a tangible reminder of my small triumph. Alright, as promised, here's your bonus tip for leveling up your English. Try shadowing. Find a short English audio clip or video with the transcript. Listen to a sentence, then try to repeat it immediately, mimicking the speaker's pronunciation and rhythm. It's like you're their shadow, echoing their words. Do this regularly and you'll see a noticeable improvement in both your speaking fluency and listening comprehension. Simple, yet incredibly effective. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you who stuck with me till the end of this video. I truly appreciate you investing your precious time and effort into improving your English. Learning a new language is a journey, and I'm honored to be a part of yours. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please give it a thumbs up. It really does make a difference and helps me reach more learners. And if you know someone who could benefit from these tips, don't hesitate to share this video with your friends and family. Let's spread the joy of learning together. For more inspiring stories, practical tips, and effective strategies to boost your English fluency, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm constantly creating new content to empower you on your language learning journey. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to fluency. Be proud of yourself for the dedication you're showing. Take care of yourselves, stay positive, and keep practicing. I'll be back tomorrow with another story, so I'll see you then. Bye for now.